You're listening to Week 15 NFL Picks with Uzi. How about them Vikings and Jordan Addison? Jettas and Sam Darnold. We can't be stopped. To the Super Bowl we go. Addy with a $130. Jettas with a $130. Offense was perfectly in sync. Defense was struggling in the first half but remembered how to play football in the second. They even began dancing like Chris Brown in the end zone. Oh, we're having too much fun. Bring on Chicago when we're whooping them. We might even do them 10 times worse. Minnesota over Chicago by 90 points. First game of the week just passed. The Rams and 49ers went at it in one of the most boring games ever. 12-6 Rams. It was tied 3-3 at the half. Can you believe it? I mean, the game was so boring, some of the fans began walking to their cars during the third quarter. Next game, we have the Commanders and Saints facing off. You can tell the Saints really missed Taysom Hill. I mean, the guy was a huge weapon on this offense. They didn't do too bad against the Giants, but the fact that they were struggling to put away a team like New York is just disgraceful. The Commanders are coming off a bye week, so they're charged up and ready to go. Flip this team like an omelet. Give me Washington, winning by 7. Next game, we have the Chiefs and Browns facing off. KC has been getting exposed for the past couple of weeks, playing like a bunch of pansies, playing like a bunch of cupcakes, playing like a bunch of soccer players. They're coming into this game with the intent to win, but simply won't. Not with famous Jameis playing. Give me the Browns, surprising the Chiefs, and winning by 7. Next game, we have the Bengals and Titans going at it. Bengals finally won a game last week. Can you believe it? I can't. Beat the Cowboys like they were supposed to. Why do I feel like this team will somehow, some way, sneak into the playoffs? I just have that feeling, man. Tennessee is a non-factor. They're not winning anything for the next 10 years. Give me the Cowboys winning by 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 points. Next game, we have the Dolphins and Texans facing off. Texans are coming off a bye week, and before the bye week, they barely beat the Jags with Mac Jones. The Dolphins are starting to turn it up with Tua and Tyreek, A-Chain and Waddle. This Miami team understand that they simply can't afford to lose any more games. The Texans defense has been looking real weak lately, and this explosive Miami offense is going to make them pay. Give me Miami winning by 10. Next game, we have the Ravens and Giants facing off. If you actually believe that the New York Giants have the slightest chance of winning this game, you must be smoking crack cocaine or you just don't know football. Go ahead and send out the third-string quarterback. Lamar Jackson doesn't even need to show up. Next game, we have a boring game between the Jets and Jags. Aaron Rodgers has looked terrible lately. At some point, we need to acknowledge that he's 41. This ain't 2011 anymore, man. Stop having high expectations for him. He's going to go out there and have a solid first half. Then he's going to slowly begin to crumble. Now the Jags have Mac Jones leading him. Trevor Lawrence is still out. So I'm taking the Jets, barely winning by 3 points. But he threw for 200 yards. Yeah, and he also threw for 2 picks. Don't be stupid now. Next game, we have the Cowboys and Panthers going at it. Bryce Young is starting to pick things up and is finally starting to look like an NFL quarterback. He's thrown for just 1 interception in the last 4 games. Am I dreaming right now? Eagles, Bucks, Chiefs, all 3 teams have struggled against the 3-10 Panthers. The Cowboys have no idea what's in store for them. I'm taking Bryce and Carolina winning by 3 points. Next game, we have the Bucks and Chargers going at it. Baker Mayfield is one of the best sharpshooting QBs in the NFL right now. It doesn't matter what defense you put up against him. He's throwing dots every time. Now this week, it's going to be a little challenging for him, seeing that he is facing one of the best defenses in the NFL. All this defense needs to do is bait Baker Mayfield into making one silly mistake, and just like that, LA will be winning this one. But I feel like Herbert might be the one making silly mistakes. So give me the Bucks and their defense winning by 3 points. Next game, we have the Colts and Broncos facing off. I expect this game to be a real low-scoring game. Both teams have solid defenses. Now, which defense is more elite? The Broncos, of course. And with the help of his defense, Bo Nix will be more confident in the pocket. He knows his defense is going to get the job done. I don't expect Anthony Richardson to have a great game, so give me the Broncos winning by 7 points. Next game, we have the Cardinals and Patriots going at it. We don't need to break down or analyze anything. Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles know the outcome. Give me the Cardinals bouncing back and beating the Patriots by 93 points. The Patriots are not a serious team. You know that. Next up, we have the Bills and Lions facing off. Oh, my! Now this is what we call a solid matchup. 2 high-powered offenses facing off. Jared Goff on one side. You got Josh Allen on the other. These 2 quarterbacks will be launching missiles all day. Both defenses are going to be worn out, going to be beat down and beat up like a cheap rug. This may just be one of the best games of the season, but I'm taking the Lions winning by 3 points. Next up, we have the Steelers and Eagles going at it. Jalen Hurts versus Russell Wilson. This should have been a primetime game. It's going to be real tough to beat a team like Philly in their own home stadium. You know how loud and nasty and filthy that Philly crowd can be. I mean, they would boo a cancer patient who has about 10 days to live if he was wearing the opposition's jersey. Oh, they don't play at all. Now, I do feel like Russell Wilson has something brewing. I feel like he's cooking something up right now, folks. Tell me why I have a feeling Mr. Unlimited can beat the Eagles in their own home stadium. Give me Pittsburgh winning by 3. Next game, we have the Packers and Seahawks going at it. Seattle looked fantastic last week. Geno Smith, he looked sharp. Zach Charbonnet with 134 yards, 2 touchdowns. Who the hell is that? Where'd he come from? Packers also looked great against the Lions last week. I mean, they almost beat him by a field goal. Oh, I know that hurts Green Bay. It's going to be real hard to choose the winner, but I'm taking Seattle, winning by 3 points. Final game of the week, we have the Falcons and Raiders facing off. Kirko, you knew exactly what would happen if you ever stepped foot in Minnesota. 40 points on your head top. How do you like that, cousins? Now, he did have 300 yards against our defense. The Raiders are not planning to win any more games, so I'm taking the Falcons, bouncing back and winning by 7 over Vegas. And there it is, folks. Week 15 NFL Picks with Uzi.